Welcome back to this episode of the Nonsensical Knowledge Podcast. This is number 85. Real quick, for anybody that's going to pop in, make sure you guys check out our last episode with Mikel Jean Baptiste. He is a young content creator that specializes in stop motion films. And if you guys want, just make sure you guys go over, support his channel and check out our last episode. Irv, what's good, Brody?
What's up? What's shaking?
A lot going on, man. Ton going on.
As always, never a dull moment in this world we're living in.
Oh, no, for real, man.
For sure, bro. For sure.
Let me send out some invites here, see if we can get some. Share the links.
That episode was fun.
Last episode was super fun, and it was super cool. Mikel was pumped to be on the podcast, and listen, man, this is what we do, bro. We support the youngsters, and we try to get them to where they're going and their aspirations. Let's see. But it was definitely super fun. I loved it. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, no, but so anyways, there we go. We got some people popping in. Shout out to everybody tuning in with us tonight. We have a bunch of stuff going on. I guess first and foremost, man, like for anybody listening out there, did anybody hear about the Virginia Giuffre thing? Did you see that shit, Irv? I know I sent it to you earlier.
Yeah, did see that.
For anybody that doesn't know, is Virginia Giuffre was the lady that I don't want to say broke the story, but she accused Jeffrey Epstein of trafficking her to Prince Andrew. And that was a whole thing. She went to court. She was going to go, she was going to expose a bunch of stuff. Then I believe she settled out, right? Didn't she settle out over in the UK or something like that?
She did settle out.
But either way.
How long ago was that?
I'm not entirely sure exactly how long it is. I could probably look it up. But she did settle out for an undisclosed sum with Prince Andrew. And I believe around the same time, Prince Andrew had gotten stripped of all of his royal stuff, right? Like I believe they stripped them of everything. Yeah, here it is. Virginia Giuffre, Jeffrey Epstein accuser in hospital after, quote, serious accident, her representative says. Virginia Giuffre, one of Jeffrey Epstein's alleged sex trafficking victims, is being treated at a hospital after a serious accident, her representative said Monday. Quote, Virginia has been in a serious accident and is receiving medical care in the hospital. She greatly appreciates the support and well wishes people are sending. She, in a post on Instagram on Sunday, Giuffre said she is in kidney failure and doctors gave her only days to live. Now, as far as I know, she was involved in a car accident with a school bus. So, it's just kind of odd that, let's see, Giuffre alluded to a crash with a school bus in her post. I think it is important to note that when a school bus driver comes at you driving 110 kilometers as we were slowing for a turn, that no matter what your car is made of, it might as well be a tin can. I think 110 kilometers is roughly around like 70 miles an hour. It is not immediately clear where the accident happened. Giuffre has alleged Epstein sexually trafficked her to Britain's Prince Andrew and others. Prince Andrew has obviously denied those claims, but the thing about it is they did go to court. She is named in a lot of lawsuits, Virginia Giuffre, and I think I think the Maxwell files were actually released shortly after her trial because of Virginia Giuffre's. But it's just kind of crazy, man. She's got 4 days to live. What do you think? You think she's got like some memoirs backed up? Do you think she's gonna drop any bombshells, or do you think
Oh,
she's
so that shit was flying, bro.
what?
She definitely got it rare ended her, right?
So it doesn't say in the article, but I don't think anybody really knows. They said that she alluded to it on her Instagram story. So for me, like I said, it's just obviously kind of convenient that the accuser of Epstein and one of like really the only hardcore witnesses is now got 13 days to live, or excuse me, 4 days to live. There she is. As a teen, I believe she was. But she was on the flights a lot. She was on the island. And she used to give old Prince Andrew the old happy ending.
There he is. There they are. Oh man, everybody's smiling in these shits, bro. Just so airy that everybody's got the big cheese on. Like everything is good. We're having a good time in all of these pictures.
Well, it's unfortunate because, like, obviously, Ghislaine Maxwell, Prince Andrew, and Epstein already know what time it is, but you're taking an impressionable young woman and putting her around billionaires, bro, like taking her across the globe. Like, no wonder why she's smiling. She may not know really the severity of what's going on in that moment, I guess you could say. Or she can, or she could know it's wrong and know that, that she wasn't going to tell, until years later.
Yeah, I guess if you're a young girl traveling the world, hanging out with the damn prince before all this shit happens.
Prince of England, bro.
Yeah, you're living the life on a private jet, going to islands.
They paid him too, so
living the life.
I think there was like maybe even some school paid for or something crazy like that, where they were like paying some bills or. But in any event, she is suffering kidney failure and now is allegedly has 4 days to live. But it's convenient because here we are still after all of this time. We have no movement on the Epstein files. As we kind of touched base last episode, they were distributed to FBI field offices across the country, right? I believe that was the case.
Yeah.
For them to go over, but we're starting to get into these weird things, man, where again, first it was okay, we got to protect victims. Now it's a national security interest. So who's involved? It's not is it protecting our national security or someone else's, like we saw with the JFK files? What do you think? Because as we saw, if anybody out there listening doesn't know, essentially the Mossad, and it was a concerted effort between like the Mossad, the CIA to kill Kennedy. Like that's basically summing it up. Now with the Epstein stuff, we all know that Ghislaine's dad was an operative. He took over all of those media companies in Europe, and then distributed information how they saw fit. Not only that, but I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive he bought the publishing company that produced textbooks in schools in like the 80s and 90s or some shit.
He did. Yo, I dug up some shit too on Kobe Bryant, bro.
Shut up. What do you mean?
Yeah, nah, cause I seen
What about Kobe?
Kobe Bryant's nonprofit. Epstein was a board member on it.
Shut up.
It's since been scrubbed, but yes, he did have some dealings with Epstein, and he did the girls' basketball shit.
Mm-hmm.
So fly the young girls all over the world to play ball. Um, and Epstein was actually it was Kobe Bryant's partner, business partner, who really was like linked in with him. But I definitely seen it on the board, man, on Epstein on the board, and that shit was like, what?
Well, yeah, it's kind of odd too because we would have to check to see if we could find a year on that. Because if it's post conviction, that's crazy. You know, if it's like pre conviction, I guess you could kind of make the argument that Kobe probably wouldn't have known who that investor was, or because let's be real here, there's not every time that like someone goes into a business deal that you know all the hands in the pot.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like you could have four different companies, but this guy is this guy, this you know what I mean? So like I don't know if Kobe would be like, all right, I have to know every single fucking investor. Or homie might have went to dinner with Epstein, or might have went to, you know, like, hey, we got this wealthy investor, man, just pop by his crib, have some dinner. Then you go in the black
oh,
book and it's like, oh, Kobe's my man.
yeah, it's a crazy story, man. Um, I was I seen it briefly, bro, and then yeah, his partner, this is from a Greek news story, but and in 2020, uh, his business partner, the Brian Steibel dude, owned
Yep.
an investment firm, so he brought Epstein in, like, oh, this is Jeff, like he get his bread for some investments and shit like that, and you know, um, this says the Lifeboat Foundation. That's what so it was like indirect. So Jeffrey Epstein and his partner were in this Lifeboat Foundation, and you know, all the way, which is crazy, genetic engineering, which Jeffrey Epstein was super into.
Yeah, he was into the eugenics shit. Yeah, no, that's it's kind of wild, man, because again, we're starting to see and we know why he did it. You know, like he was like one of those cats that was like needed to be ingratiated with the like the rich and famous. Like he was just like one of those super egotistical cats. But we're starting to see the web of really how intricate it is. Like, look, even Kobe Bryant, like it sucks. Homie's passed away, and you know he's having links to this cat. But let's be real here. Kobe also had an alleged rape case. You know, back in the day.
I
Remember
forgot
that?
about that. I
Remember
forgot
that shit?
about that. Yes, in the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about that shit.
Yeah, and now again, we have to be fair. Who knows what the real situation was? But he said he kissed her, something like that. Remember, it was like back in the day, bro. Like I was a kid when that shit happened. Um, he said he kissed her, but really what happened was is like he had allegedly raped her. She was like she was a oh shit. Well, I want to say like a what are they? The hotel maids. Like they go in and change all the shit and you know housekeeping type shit. But that was
2003.
that's when it happened.
Yeah, 2003.
Mm, yep. Bro, did you see the shit going on with the Impractical Jokers too right now? I forgot all about that shit.
Yeah, I seen that shit, bro. Yeah, he got accused of some shit.
Two of them now. So,
Who now?
yeah, so Joe Gatto from the Impractical Jokers. Not to skip over Kobe shit. We'll get to the Impractical Joker shit in a second. But so yeah, this is Kobe's case back in 2003. Let's see here. In a hotel room at a lodge and spa at Cordillera in the Rocky Mountains town of Edwards, Colorado, a 19-year-old woman working as the front desk clerk accompanied Bryant on a tour of the property. She later went to Bryant's hotel room where she said where he assaulted her. So at the time he was actually, oh my God, I forgot he was actually charged with one count of felony assault. It took 14 months for the criminal case to be resolved. The accuser decided she would not testify, and prosecutors dropped the case. A civil suit brought by the accuser in August 2004 was settled out of court, marking the end of an often graphic legal saga. That drew worldwide attention, but never resulted in a trial. So he paid her off. As though it happens with this shit though, bro. That's the craziest part about it is this is what happens when you have money, you know. Jesus.
Yeah, because cats ain't everyday people aren't walking off of that with a settlement.
Not Kobe Bryant, bro. You're gonna go down as one of the best, greatest basketball players ever, generationally. A generational talent, win all kinds of rings. This isn't the first time that this has happened, you know. That's just the NBA. Let's not even talk about the NFL, MLB, all them cats, you know. But it's that's Kobe Bryant. But getting back to the Impractical Joker shit, as we're starting to see, we have a lot of shit happening right now where at first it was the dude Joe Gatto, however you say his name. He was accused of doing the Jesus Christ, Stone. Fucking blowing me up.
Blowing you up.
Yeah, blowing me up. Look at your Facebook, bro. I'm on the stream, dog. Come on, man. What you need? Tap in. Leave a comment. What Joe Gatto was accused of I believe inappropriately messaging a minor and then inviting them to meet and greets and shows and tickets and shit like that. And then James Murray, was also accused of doing the same thing, where this chick came out on Reddit and was like, yo, I have all these text messages and pictures and all kinds of other shit. And yeah, and it's supposed to be releasing even more. So do you think this is just people coming through and it's all coming out now, or like this is,
Both of
what happened?
I said both. So two of them. 2 out of the 3.
I think is there 3 of them or 5 of them, 4 of them? I don't even know, dude. I've never really watched the show.
Denies it.
That's what he's saying?
Yeah. 19. She was invited to see one of his stand-up comedy shows. Yeah, bro. I mean, honestly, yo, you going to see these cats? Yo, come to my show. Get your hotel room, fly you out, come to the show. Go to the show. After the show, he's like, yo, what up? I flew you out, gave you the free show. Like, what's good? She like, nah, I'm good. Like, these guys gotta have that ego, bro. Like, fuck you mean no?
Well, it's
You
weird
know?
though because this is what's odd to me about it though, Irv, is that like you can have and like look, you're famous, right? So you gotta we'll assume that there are women out there. Like, let's just be real here. There's probably a bunch of groupies out there, right?
Hmm.
Um, why are you going towards the minors though? I get it, they're probably a little bit more impressionable, but at the same time, like you could literally have grown ass women that like you don't have to like that's some pedo shit. Like that's some P3DO shit. You're getting these cats were like 15 at the time. So it's not like you're just like inviting women like we know how they party. We know they're out on the road. We know that they're doing what they do. It's rock star shit. But at the same time,
Hmm.
like you just don't have to go towards the minors.
Yeah,
And and
that's
the,
what they do, man.
and that's the one cat was like I think it was Murray had them like at the hotel and this is the other part where they have to be careful because they might get caught up in like the Rico shit like R. Kelly did
Yeah.
and Diddy because they're looking at like, oh, yo, my manager's gonna get you set up. Manager's gonna have you come back to the hotel. Manager's gonna get you tickets, get you the meet and greet, like whatever you want. That's what they do.
Hmm. Yeah. I don't know why these guys don't get it. If it's true, you know what I mean? I don't know. I wasn't there,
They're
but they're
here's
allegations right now.
their allegations, and we don't know. I don't know how it applies now if there's a statute of limitations. So like this was obviously a long time ago. So who knows? This might just be court of public opinion shit. I don't know if anybody's actually been charged with any actual crimes. Um, could be smear campaigns. Could be. I don't know. I have no idea. It's just starting to get more and more frequent with these cats.
Yeah, yeah, it really is. I'll say that even the young ladies, man, will be going to meet these people, be going out there and be end up in Mexico somewhere in a freaking tunnel. Like, be safe, be smart. 'Cause even though they're on TV, I say that all the time. Like, people worship these celebrities. We don't really know them. We just know what's shown on TV. Like, homie could be a straight axe murderer, and we're like, oh, we love him. He's funny on TV. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, yeah, as we're seeing with a lot of these people with Diddy and the Epsteins and all the other people, the Joe Gattos and the this is like an extensive network. And this it's crazy. It's almost like all of these celebrities are like, yeah, it's cool. Like this is cool. Like it's fine. We're gonna have relations with young fans, and we're gonna you know uh I don't know, man. It's a weird system because even in Hollywood, it's just always been there, always, like forever.
I mean, you would think with Bill Cosby, Harvey Weinstein, Diddy, R. Kelly, all of these cats, bro, that these celebrities would not even put themselves in the position, you know what I mean, to be like, nah, need consent forms, video, and something. Something's got to give, bro.
Well, yeah.
Unless they're straight creeps, it could be straight creeps.
Well, again, I feel like this is where it's going to get interesting with Diddy shit because they were like they didn't seem to vet anyone. So it was like, no, you could have some 15-year-olds in there, 14, 16, and they were going to handpick them. They were picking them out. So, like, yo, your Diddy's tight. You want to go to the back?
Yeah. He come in
Hit
the
him with,
back.
hit him with the pink stuff, and then because he had like, this is how crazy the shit was is like he had baby lotion with ketamine in it. Like, so, like, you're putting this shit on. He's having these chicks or these dudes oiling up, and they're getting drugged at the same time.
Yeah.
Diabolical, bro.
You're not even thinking about it. They're just like, baby oil.
And then you're waking up with your rear end hurting.
Yeah. I think when's Diddy's trial? It's coming up, right? That's going to be a spectacle if they allow cameras in.
May. I think they said May. It's a Fed case, so I hope so. I hope they do. The way the fucking Young Thug thing was televised, they should definitely do fucking Diddy's, like, but yeah, there's a lot of shit going on, man. I don't know if you saw that shit with the Big U thing, like Big U. For anybody that doesn't know, Big U is like in the hip hop world. He's a rolling 60s Crip, but he was like the cat that was making everybody check in on the West Coast. They just got him on an indictment for RICO, for like extortion, shooting a fucking up and coming artist in the face, leaving him in Las Vegas. Shit's just going crazy out here. Where's everybody at? We got 20 on X, 1 on YouTube, 1 on Twitch. I can't see Instagram right now, or Rumble, or Kick. But shout out to you guys if you're out there. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you for fucking with us. Irv, let's get into this Hitler in Argentina, right? So we absolutely love a good Hitler theory, or at least World War II theory. What you got, bro? What we got going on?
Shit's mind blown, bro. The story was broken by Redacted. Javier Milei, from the president of Argentina, is following President Trump's footprints and releasing classified data. And he states that Hitler escaped and was flown out of Germany to Argentina and had a nice, cozy life, smuggled out by the U.S. government. I believe it. Yeah, they were saying basically when all Nazi scientists came over.
They're going with the theory that when Paperclip happened over there, they dodged Hitler out of Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
And shot him down there. It makes sense, man. And for years and years and years, they've been trying to put together evidence that Hitler escaped Germany. As we all know, there is a German colony in where is it? Is it in it's not in Colombia. Can't remember where it is. All right, what we got here? Let's get it. So this is 10 minutes long, or let's just pause it in the middle of it, just, like a couple times, just in case we don't get whacked with this stupid copyright shit on Facebook and Instagram.
Who have studied the subject know that Adolf Hitler didn't kill himself in a bunker in Berlin as the Red Army closed in. I think that's, we all know that was a fabricated story, or if you watch the show, you probably understand that. Hitler actually fled Germany weeks before that using a group of underground tunnels that led to an airstrip. And that airstrip was flown. He was flown from Berlin out. It took submarines or multiple that were used, U-boats that were then sent to Argentina. In other words, Hitler lived for nearly 2 decades more in Argentina, along with vast numbers of the Third Reich. Well, now Argentinian President Javier Milei has just ordered the release of all remaining documents on all of those Nazis who fled Germany and moved to Argentina after World War II. Basically, it was almost like a second base of operations in Argentina. If you're not familiar with that, like basically the Third Reich operated out of Argentina and Germany. And many of them, including Adolf Hitler, lived in Argentina well after 1945. Most people know that Hitler lived out his days in Bariloche, Argentina, until he died there in the mid-1960s. Yes, you can read the CIA documents about this. The FBI documents also about sightings of Hitler in this area. They knew about it. Of course they knew about it. It was largely facilitated, I think it's safe to say, by the United States and its allies. Operation Paperclip, anybody? Quid pro quo?
Also, if you look into this, the skull that is held in Russia that was supposedly the remains of Adolf Hitler with a bullet wound in it is female.
Yeah.
So when you look for proof that Hitler did in fact kill himself,
yeah, it is. So that's
you are going to find a lot of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Give it a quick pause real quick. So now what's interesting is what they're saying is that when for the longest time, Ava Braun's family wouldn't let DNA evidence happen on the alleged body of Ava Braun. When they did do some sort of testing on Hitler's body, it wasn't a male body. It was a chick. And this is what's crazy about this shit is they say the narrative right now in popular history is that Hitler ate a cyanide pill, right? And blew his fucking head off. This poses, if this guy drops these files and it comes to find out that Hitler lived out his days in Argentina, bro, you know what kind of shockwaves that sends through history?
Listen, man, it's so I mean, all of this shit is kind of leading back to this Chris Bledsoe Easter of next year, bro, where it's all gonna unfold, bro. It's like the enlightenment, the knowledge, the true story of our origins is gonna be rewritten, bro. We're gonna have to. People are gonna have to buckle up, man, because most of the shit we've learned and been force fed in school is a straight up lie. Straight up lie.
Listen, it's going to be incredible, bro, because we're going to see the depth of brainwashing. And we've been saying this forever and ever and ever. Like, history is written by the winner. Whoever won the war got to tell the story. And as I don't know how many people are on X, but Irv and I often talk about how crazy X has been, because X is really now the platform where any idea can be challenged, anything can be said. There's community notes. There's like a thorough process of figuring out what is accurate information. And they're questioning Nazi Germany, man. They're questioning Nazi Germany, something fierce, and it's hard to get into because there's people out there that would be like, oh, dude, you're just anti-Semitic, or, you're, what's the word there? Being cool to Hitler. You know what I mean? Like, no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that there might be a narrative that was shifted a whole lot to make history what they wanted it to be, not what actually happened. So I think what we're starting to see with X is we're starting to see those ideas questioned and more accurate information coming out. So it's going to be interesting to see, man, if they really release these documents down there.
Oh, he's releasing them, bro. He's on that freedom tip too. Millie is of Argentina.
Let's go. That's fucking dope.
But yeah, like as more and more of these nations start releasing their secret files, like I think it's cool because the U.S. is doing it too. So it's like if the U.S. is starting to do it, I think more countries are going to start, following. Like, yo, let's release what we got on this stuff. But this is mind blowing. Like,
what's interesting is they're like the oddballs too. They're the wild cards, bro. So like a country like Argentina has files. Like if they're like, yo, listen, Hitler died here, bro, and the CIA put him here, or the U.S. government put him here. If there's evidence of that, that's earth shattering.
Really is.
Because the CIA, and like you said, there's CIA files that exist where they did feel like Hitler had gotten down there. They allegedly said they couldn't find him, but let's be real here. He lived out his days. There's a whole literal German colony. Like it looks like Germany, Bavarian. I gave like a Bavarian culture down there. And there was what was that show, or what was it? Hunting Hitler, where that dude
Hunting Hitler. Yep.
Hunting Hitler, where what was his name? Kennedy, something Kennedy went looking for Hitler down there. And when they got down there, they got to these like Bavarian settlements and shit like that. And they were talking to people, but as soon as these were like SS soldiers' grandchildren. So like they were like super proud of their Nazi heritage. Like they were like super duper proud.
They even went down there and arrested some of them, some of the old soldiers. Like,
yeah, they had to make a show of it. Sure.
Yeah. But yo, bro, when I came upon this shit tonight, bro, like all of like the Holocaust movies and World War II movies that I watched, like I watched his demise, him eating the pill,
sure,
and offered himself. I thought that was history. I don't know.
Well, that's what you're taught in school too.
I'm a teenager. You know what I mean? Like, how am I gonna know better? Shit, not to mention I didn't have the internet neither. It's like,
well, I mean? That's the point we're at now, though, is like the information, you can't hide the information anymore, No. And there are a lot of people that dispute what happened, and like those people are usually silenced in order, like for the greater narrative, but now you can't hide it anymore. It's a wrap. It's over with. Like they're starting to question everything, even it's so crazy because even with like up in like that astronaut landing rescue type shit, like even that seems staged as fuck. It's like this reality just seems like just so staged, bro. Like everything's a lie. Everything's a fucking lie. History's a lie. And how crazy would it be? And this is just a general question, but how crazy would it be with like, having like say the current is, I guess, Jews are like the only white people in the Middle East. You know what I mean? Like there's a theory and a thought process that actually like Africans are the original Jews. You know what I mean? Like not the original Jews, but like they're the tribes.
12 tribes of Judah.
They're the 12 tribes of Judah. Which
is crazy. That's really wild.
And they called Kanye fucking crazy, bro. Yeah, I mean, look, the guy's walking around in a fucking Klan costume right now. You know what I mean? Like,
is he in a Klan costume?
Shut up! You didn't see that?
Was that him in the all black shit?
Bro, that's Kanye. He did an interview with DJ Academics. and they did a whole interview, and homeboy is in the black clan costume.
I'm playing around, bro.
I'm not even kidding. Google that shit. You can probably pull up a little portion of the DJ Academics interview. But yeah, bugging out. But
how would he go with Act?
I don't know, man. Kanye is on a different level right now. I think the problem is he's I don't know, dude. He's either really losing it, you know, or he's fucking. This is some sort of look at him. Maybe even get some sound on that. This is Kanye West, DJ Academics, and he is in an all black, and I'm pretty sure he's got the Swazi chain on.
Oh, iced out too, right?
Yep.
But even when you speak about Kim, people might be like, "Well, you picked her. Like you put yourself in that."
Absolutely, I did. That was my fault.
Maybe they're saying that you don't take accountability.
No, that was my fault. I didn't want to have children with this person after the first 2 months of being with her. But that wasn't God's plan.
See what I'm saying, though, dude? The guy is just tweaking.
That's what I heard that today. He said he didn't want to have kids with Kim Kardashian. He never wanted to have kids with her. I was like, I didn't see the black KKK fit though. Yeah, wild. We'll get into the kid thing in a minute, but it's just wild how like all of this is like really the shit started getting really questioned when like he's almost like a martyr in a sense. When he went like and got his shit fucking when they jammed up, what was it, the $75 million on his Apple Pay? Yeah.
You know, because he said he was going to go DEF CON or whatever. And now there's just been a firestorm, you know.
Yeah, he's he's still being talked about, man. I don't know how nobody's come for him now.
Well, he's created a bigger conversation though right now. Yeah. So like it's tough because there's a real conversation now about the deep state of Israel, you know, and I think he initiated the wider, bigger conversation because again, we don't want to criticize every Jew, but we want to criticize the deep state or the government of Israel. So like when we look at it, it's like they label you anti-Semitic right off the rip. You can't say a word, anything negative. Look at what Trump just did in the colleges. You can't. It's like now it's against the law or some shit, and that's kind of concerning, you know, because it makes me feel like we're beholding to them or whatever. But at the same time, the bigger question is like, look, again, we established they own all the fucking the adult sites. They own all the, you know, like the JFK shit, the fucking USS Liberty shit, the fucking like there's just constant shit throughout history that points back to
9/11 too.
9/11, the dancing Israel, or the dancing Israelis.
Yeah.
So, and not only that, but there was a warning sent out on before 9/11, right, to all of like the Israeli employees saying don't go to work that day, and none of them went. So again, it's just a bigger conversation here, you know. And there was like a Barbara Walters interview, I believe it was, where they had like a Mossad agent on that shit, and he straight up said it was like, yo, the world is a stage, and it's gonna be whatever we want you to think it is.
Yeah, I mean, they're damn good at it, bro. They're damn good at it. People are on the hunt, though. Not on no anti-Semitic shit. On some truth shit, honestly.
No, it really is.
It's just
Yeah,
like
no,
getting to the
hates
bottom.
Jews.
Get to the bottom of it. Of history and shit that's went down and there's evidence for. They had Rabbi Shmuley going crazy this week too with the JFK Jr. blackmail shit.
The RFK Jr. or the JFK?
Yeah,
RFK.
Jr.
Yeah, I put that in the headline. I guess that's a good segue into it. Is because he they think he's what's crazy about the Rabbi Shmuley shit is it's like kind of widely known that homeboy tries to extort people.
Yeah.
Like he tries to get information and extort people. But either way, there is some shit going on right now. There's kind of a firestorm going on right now about RFK Jr. So Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Maha, Make America Healthy Again. What is he? Secretary of Health and Human Services is being blackmailed. From what I understand is some time ago, long before having been on even, I believe, Trump's side, there was an accusation that him and a journalist were having an affair. More of like a sexting conversation, whatever. Anyways, this chick was married. He was married. Scandal. She leaves the publisher she was at, but then goes and hooks up with someone else, some other lady. And from what I understand, they went to Malibu, were driving around a car with RFK's plates on it, and basically living for free.
Yeah, they it's connected to Anthony Weiner and Huba Abedin as well.
Well, she worked for Weiner or something like that, right?
She was an aide. She was an aide for him. But that's, if anyone knows, Anthony Weiner was married to Hillary Clinton, chief of staff, who had a laptop as well, sexting underage girls, Pizzagate, involved with Pizzagate, all of that stuff. So this journalist, they believe that she was sent because these are the people she ran back to.
Right. And now, unfortunately, no one knows exactly what they have, right? And there's, been some, I guess, theories of some explicit photos. Obviously the text exchanges or whatever. But in any event, they think RFK is being blackmailed and the story is going to be breaking. Like this all started too, like this was all breaking, dude. And it's kind of crazy because it's really kind of drama filled. The internet's so fucking drama filled. But they tried to go after Candace Owens. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And Candace Owens was like, fuck you. I'm exposing the shit out of you guys. And it all leads back to RFK. So, and I guess RFK has been taking this real stance against anti-Semitism lately, which, as I guess head of health and human services, I guess you could kind of be involved, but at the same time, that's not your fucking job. That's not why we got you. That's not why you're there, and he's, it's breaking my heart, man. All of the people I've seen pictured with Rabbi Shmuley. Like, dude is with everyone. Like, fucking everyone. I just saw a picture with Tulsi the other day. I just saw a picture with, like, Trump, with Zelensky, and I'm like, who is this guy? He was a dildo salesman, bro. He sold butt plugs, like, for real.
Yeah.
He's a smut dealer.
Yeah. Real talk.
So to me, it's just kind of odd because now we're starting to see that it's like super pro Israel. And now look at it. Look where we're at. We're fighting a war right now, bombing the Houthis.
Yeah.
Talking about running up in Iran.
It's I don't know, man. It's discouraging. Seriously, it's like the infiltration's crazy. I mean, you can't operate. You can't do what you really need to do for the country being blackmailed, bro. You just can't. Yeah. You got to you got to answer to these cats. Supposedly this is gonna drop. It's coming out.
It's coming hard too. Like they're preparing for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It, man.
We'll see what happens, man. Like, of course, I think it's coming out one way or the other because that's really the only way to get up out the blackmail is just like, yo, just run it. You know what I mean? Just run that shit. Because when that's when they have the power is when like wait, we're gonna let this slip, or wait, hey, you guys, you sent some weirdo photos over to homegirl, and now we have them. So it's like, you're right. It's hard to operate when you're being blackmailed. And I'm starting to feel like they might have a little bit of something on everyone because I don't know, man, this administration, like obviously everyone was hopeful. And, I've always taken the stance of we can't trust any of them. They all have agendas. We were really hopeful with like RFK, with Tulsi, with, Cash, with all these cats. And then it's like, I get it. It's only a couple months into the fucking appointments and, we're not even a full year in, but I don't know, man. They just seem like they're kind of subservient to someone,
Yeah. I mean, there's a big Christian lobby too that's behind it, behind them, supporting them, and then you have the Jewish lobby too. They're one and the same because they're brethren basically in religious terms. So that's a lot of pressure on these cats. To bow down, man.
Sure. Yeah. And I again, it's like if they have any sort of real blackmail on people, like say, just for example, I'm not saying it's accurate, but like say if they had some Epstein Trump shit, you know what that would do? That would buy you a government. You know what I mean? Like it would be like, oh yeah, man, we're chilling. Don't worry. We'll be bombing. We're going to bomb the Houthis. We're going to run up on Iran. It's like, because that's one thing that's kind of bothering me right now with the current administration is like, yo, we're not supposed to be doing all this shit. We're not supposed to be going bombing the Houthis. We're threatening Iran. Like, yo, the nuclear deal. Like, here we are. War again. We're not even supposed to be doing that.
Yeah. I mean, the Iran thing is crazy. I guess the Houthis been shooting and bombing shit in the sea out there, so I kind of get that. But Iran and the rest of it is like, come on, man, don't be following that playbook.
Yeah. Well, look at France and Britain ready to put boots on the ground over there in Ukraine.
Oh, they're asking for it. Yeah, we gotta get out of NATO, man. We gotta get out of NATO because that shit's. You guys want to commit that shit? Go ahead. You know what I mean? But
Well, it's hilarious because they think we don't know what they're doing, right? So it's like, wait, no, send France, send England, but then you institute Article 5 or whatever it is of the UN treaty, and now it's like, oh, anybody that's at war, you have to come to their aid. So it's like inadvertently, here we are again at war. But I guess Trump and Putin were having some conversations here recently, and they were decent ones. They weren't like
Nah. They've been trying to get it together, man. Like, really, that's all I really give a fuck about. Like, chill on the nuclear war shit. That's like number one. Like, if we have that happen, none of this other shit matters whatsoever, regardless.
Yeah, nah, you're right. And it's crazy because it's like they want to nuke the world before like all the real history starts to come out. Like, no, let's let's learn some shit first.
I don't know. Can we get the star alignment, bro? Like, come on with that. Let us get some more discoveries in, or just tell us the truth.
It's interesting with that alignment too, man, because with the I have it down in my notes, just like an update on the Khafre stuff, like the scans of the Khafre pyramid, and how now a couple weeks later they are talking about there might be a vast underground city under the Giza plateau, bro. Like somebody just dumped a shit ton of sand. Like, so as everybody can see, we have Göbekli Tepe up as our background. So like imagine that, but under 200 feet of sand.
Yeah.
Well, they said 2,000 meters. Really, I can't remember exactly. It might have been 2,100 feet. They said the cylinders went down. So that in itself is fucking wild, bro.
That is.
But it's cool with Chris Bledsoe's thing because of, like he said, the Sphinx. It'll be within the paws of the Sphinx. But just seeing this shit happening in Giza,
What if the star hits the Sphinx shit, just opens some shit up, like yeah.
Well, it's interesting because again, if that alignment happens, something happens at the Sphinx, but they're also talking about, so recently it's been blowing up about the Ark of the Covenant. Remember, we talked about how the CIA did some remote viewing. It's interesting that you said that because in the remote viewing documents, like they said that there would be a specific time when this information or this can be opened, so it would be crazy that if that like kind of coincided with the Ark of the Covenant opening as well, because there's a history there too where the Ark of the Covenant made in Egypt or something like that. I don't even know. Maybe it went through Egypt. But that's pretty cool too. But I think I have the Ark of the Covenant stuff right here. Let's see if it'll. Yeah, here it is. All right, so these are the CIA documents that were released, I believe, in 2008. This was Project Sunstreak. Can you see that all right, Irv?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, it's kind of weird on my end. But anyways, it's so the target, there's been a huge thing about remote viewing lately. So if anybody that doesn't know and is just tuning in for the first time, remote viewing is when essentially, to break it down easy, there's a guy, a person, lady, whoever, they're a psychic and can put themselves in a place in a different part of the world, universe, wherever, in this case, the target was the Ark of the Covenant, right? So now the Ark of the Covenant in Bible lore is, and correct me if I'm wrong, Irv, is what the 10 Commandments rest in, right?
Should be in there, technically. I don't know
think
what's in there.
Right?
Yeah.
Listen, anybody listening, if I'm fucking it up, make sure you leave a comment. We'll put it up there and correct it if we're wrong. But the training target 0209, the Ark of the Covenant, right? So now what's wild about this is we're just going to kind of go down to Homeboy's statement. But this is excuse me, remote viewer number 32. The date is December 5th, 1988. Start time 9:15, end time 10:45. Target is a container. This container has another container inside of it. The target is fashioned of wood, gold, and silver. The target is similar in shape to, it's got parentheses AOL. I'm not exactly sure what that is. But the target is similar in shape to a coffin and is decorated with seraphim. See page 16. This target is located somewhere in the Middle East, as the language spoken by individuals present seem to be Arabic. The target is similar in shape to, visuals of surrounding buildings indicated the presence of mosque domes. Individuals in the area were clothed in virtually all white, had black hair and dark eyes. One figure I honed in on wore a mustache. The target is hidden, underground, dark and wet were all aspects of the location of the target. The purpose of the target is to bring a people together. It has something to do with ceremony, memory, homage, the resurrection. There is an aspect of spirituality, information, lessons, and historical knowledge far beyond what we now know. The target is protected by entities and can only be opened now by those who are authorized to do so. This container cannot be opened until the time is deemed correct. Once it is time to open the container, the mechanics of the lock system will be found to be fairly simple. Individuals opening the container by prying or striking are destroyed by the container's protectors through the use of a power unknown to us. So real quick, this homeboy said, this is the remote viewer, is describing what he is seeing in this location, right? In this target location. Somewhere in the Middle East. They're speaking Arabic. It's related to the resurrection. And what was interesting, Irv, is once it is time to open the container, the time is deemed correct. The mechanics of the lock system will be found to be fairly simple. So like you said, what if it, like this alignment happens and it's like a lock and key? It's like some Indiana Jones shit. But this is the Ark of the Covenant. This is a big deal. And let's be real here. If the CIA spent money on doing it, guess what? This shit, this exists. So it's just a matter of where. So these are just notes. I'm going to scroll through real quick. These are notes that homeboy was taking while he was doing his remote viewing session. As you can see, it kind of says wet, moist, cold, dark, verticals. But in any event, there are drawings, right? So he draws this archway. Right. So I think this is just a wall. This is what's going on in there. I don't know what the hell that is. But then we start to get into some more interesting drawings here. That looks more like a tank. Where's this? There's a seraphim around here somewhere. Like they drew the seraphim, which is super interesting because again, if this like thing exists, if this thing is real, right? So this for me especially because it's like this ties all the way back to Moses, allegedly, Jesus. Like this is if they're certifying Jesus, this is a real certification of religion, especially if this thing holds any real power, or it's some extraterrestrial device, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see here. So these are like, I'm just going to try to scroll down. So there's like a drawing of the mosque, right? But it gets even more interesting down here. So, right? So this right here. So right here, Irv, as you can see, where there's a picture of like a bunch of stick figures, it says, watched by whom? Mummies. See that? It says mummies right next to it. Are mummies guarding the Ark of the Covenant, bro?
Could very well be in the shaft of the pyramid.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll get down a little bit more here. We got some wheels. And let me see here. There's the seraphim. So for anybody that doesn't know, like allegedly on the Ark of the Covenant, there is, and we'll just pull up a picture after we get through these last couple pages. Bang, we can get rid of that. Let's see if I can find a photo of it. Ark of the Covenant. There it is. Images. We gotta do this though. Where's everybody tapping in from this evening? Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Share screen. All right. So this is the Ark of the Covenant. Some real Indiana Jones shit. Ooh, yeah. See, that's a good one. But this is, if this is real, this thing is legendary, right?
Yeah. 10 Commandments are in there. 2 tablets. 10 Commandments. Original bread that Israelites were fed with, and Aaron's staff. Moses'
and Aaron's staff. No shit. Yeah, see, but this is now the CIA again. Spent money, had people remote view this stuff. So if there's any real, why do you think? All right, so if it's real, Irv, why do you think they haven't gone and gotten it yet?
Can't do nothing with it. If it's real, it's got those powers. You can't touch it. You just can't. You can't touch it. You can't touch the Ark. You can't open it. You try to blast it. You're getting blasted. I think they want to see the technology that it is, because it'd be a badass weapon to the government if they could harness that energy that it is.
Yeah, we have a question from Justin Bowles. What do we think about what happened in the Las Vegas massacre, October 1st, 2017? His wife and him were there. He personally believes it was some sort of sick sacrifice. And now we're talking about the Las Vegas concert shooting, I believe. Yeah. Personally, I believe that was a setup. I don't know about a sacrifice per se, but that man made it into that hotel with an awful lot of weapons and allegedly antidepressants and all of that stuff. But what's interesting is that one of the high-ranking police officers that handled that case, handled that situation, was also the Maui police chief during the Laena shit, and is also named in the Diddy lawsuit. So, what do you think, or what do you think happened there in Las Vegas?
Oh, that shit's a shit storm. That shit's a shit storm. The shooter, no history, loner, weirdo. Evidence that his body wasn't even him in there. Evidence that the windows were broken out after he was killed. So he was killed first, then the windows broke out. Evident. I mean, there's things where there was helicopter shooting. You know, they had some of the crisis actors from Sandy Hook out there.
Careful with the Sandy Hook shit, man. We can't take a lawsuit like Alex Jones. No, yeah. I'm just kidding, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, no, but yo, they were there, bro. I ain't whatever. So yeah, the whole thing smells to high heaven. But there is a I watched a documentary on it recently, not too long ago, where they discuss all of these things that didn't make sense with it. It's definitely not the story that we've been told. So yeah, Justin, yeah, I mean, you're on to something. I don't know what they were sacrificing, but I think all of these acts is some form of sacrifice, all of these psyops that they run on us.
Sure. And it could be a sick sacrifice because between the trafficking of children, women, it's like this, the Hollywood shit, I guess the satanic occultism, like, I don't want to label them both at the same thing, but the worship of Satan, the selling the soul to the devil. Las Vegas is the city of sin. And listen, man, it gets crazy out there. Now, a question for you, Justin, would be is what was your perspective from being there at the time it happened? Were you at the concert? Were you on scene? Were you just kind of in town? I've been to Vegas, and it's crazy because you never expect. And when my family and I travel, or the homeboys travel, I always kind of tell people, like, look, head on a swivel, man. We're going to New York City. We're going to LA. We're going to Las Vegas. Like, you just never know. Like, there are those big cities too, where just like there's so many people that something like an act of violence like that could fucking happen. So I guess that'd be a good question for you, Justin, is what was your perspective just being there? What was the word on the street? What were you hearing? Like, what was going on? And then again, there's people that are just sick fucks, man, that go off the handle. And but I always believe in some MK Ultra shit, like for real, because think about all the mind control shit, dude. We're learning now that that Lee Harvey Oswald didn't fucking kill JFK. They're running the same playbook. Here you go. Let's fucking turn them on and then trigger them. Here you go. Go carry out the mission. Which is crazy. But yeah, it's insane, man. There's a lot of false flags, a lot of crazy things that they just want to move the needle, gun control, there's a lot of agendas, I guess you could say. And that's why this reality is so warped, man, because it's all power, greed, money,
Yeah, man, those shootings, like I can't even they happen so much. Like I have to protect my inner being, bro, because that shit just fucks with your mind, bro. The images, the horror, like over and over again, where I feel bad, but I can't lock in on it or kind of look at it or ingest that information anymore because it triggers that same feeling on the lines of these kids getting popped, bro. Like I can't handle it no more, bro. I'm sorry. Vegas was one of those moments where it was really like a psychological thing, bro. Like it's summertime. Like, what do? We go to concerts. You know what I mean? We go with our family, our friends, have fun, party to our favorite artist and shit. But just to see so many people get lit up like that shit fucks with you, fucks with your head, man. Like, cause I'm going to concerts in the summer. You know what I mean? Like, you always constantly thinking about it now. Like, yo, somebody gonna shoot this shit up or what?
Well, it's hard. Yeah, it's hard to enjoy the actual experience these days because you just really never know. We've made a couple trips to New York City in the last few years, and it's like, yo, look, fucking be ready to dip. Be ready to dip. Make sure you keep your eyes out. I get it. Everybody looks suspicious. Everyone. But at the same time, you're right. It's hard to enjoy the experience while you're worrying about who's going to dick out, what's going to happen. That's why, like, I don't go to football games, baseball games. Like, I don't go to none of that shit no more. I'll go to a concert every once in a while. But it's going to be like, I'm going to have like lawn seats and I'm going to be like, you know what I mean? It's like, all right, dude. It's like, say hi to everybody. Say hi to the crazy cat.
Talk to him on the way in. What up, bro? Everything going. Yeah.
Everything's all right, man. Oh, but again, Vegas was a wild one. I think what's another crazy aspect to Irv about how like it's too much to ingest anymore is like, especially with just in my lifetime, the amount of like those instances, whether they be like schools or public, ever since Columbine, man, it's been fucking nonstop.
That was the start of it for me. That was like the first, like, oh shit. And I just sat there, bro, like in the TV, like, you know what I mean? Like, people being carried out and shit. The Aurora, Colorado movie theater shit too.
Yeah.
That shit was like you
watching the
flick. Watching the flick.
That was the dude with the crazy hair, right?
Crazy hair, yeah.
Yeah, we
but
covered
all of these dudes were visited by the FBI, bro. All of them. That's where like your MK Ultra shit sounds super plausible to me. Like, I guarantee you, if one, God forbid, one happens tomorrow, guarantee FBI visited them. Guarantee it. I don't even got to look at the news story. We stopped by. We got a report. Somebody said he had mad guns. He wasn't acting right. We stopped by. We talked to him. We was like, this cat seems pretty solid. We're going to leave him with his shits. We're going to leave those with him.
But then they'll hype them up in the 4chan fucking groups, the Reddit groups. You know what I mean? Like all them like subculture, like chat rooms and shit. The FBI being there juicing them up. You won't do it.
You're a pussy.
And then they go. It just makes it that much easier for them to go and do it. There was just one not too long ago, I believe, right? Wasn't there one just out in Buffalo? Or it was a chick. I think it was the first female.
It was like Midwest somewhere.
Yeah. It was like I know there's a female shooter.
Louis?
Not sure, but she might have been the first female one, or maybe first or second. But because it doesn't. It's usually never females. But since Columbine, man, it just seems like we've had some super big ones. Like you said, you mentioned Sandy Hook earlier, which we all felt. Everyone and their fucking mother felt like that thing was crazy on the face of it. And then they went and sued fucking Alex Jones for $1 billion. And then we're like, yeah, man, you're not going to talk about that no more. Like at least that you're not going to talk about.
He survived. He survived.
Oh, he still got InfoWars too, man. And he's still bringing it out, bringing the information out. Which is great, man. This is like there's so many people now. The Ian Carrolls, they even got Candace on it now. They got there's everybody that's just truth seeking. Let's get to the truth.
On a warpath, bro.
Oh, they pissed her off, bro.
Dave.
You don't piss her off, man. She's pregnant too.
She don't give two fucks right now.
Well, they tried to do so. For a little bit of background, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but these chicks tried to create a hit piece on her. Like there was they tried to get a bunch of crazy shit against Candace Owens, and they couldn't find nothing because she's just a regular chick that goes to church, has a family, and made up a bunch of wild shit. She found out, and now she's on a rampage. And that's when
it's the same RFK Jr. chicks.
Yep, that's the RFK Jr. chicks. Yep. So that's how all of this shit's getting exposed about RFK.
Everything's connected some way, bro. Everything comes back to these same players.
It's part of the theater, man. It's part of the movie. Mm-hmm. We just got it not too long ago. How it's it feels like our shit is scripted. Like it feels like everything, and it's getting even so much crazier, right? So just for example, the Rabbi Shmuley thing, right? Let's just take the rabbi thing out of it, right? This guy is a dildo salesman. He sells butt plugs. He's pictured with the director of national intelligence. That just sounds so quirky and weird to me. This is we're getting towards idiocracy type shit, I don't know if you still got to see it, Idiocracy, man. It's such a good movie.
I still got to check that out,
dude. Let me see if I can find the trailer for it. You got to at least see the trailer. It's the wildest shit, man. Idiocracy. You have to see it. It's a decline in society and shit. And it's the fucking funniest thing ever. I know Terry Crews is in it. All right, let's see. Hopefully I don't hit this for this fucking. It's only a trailer, so. Anybody out there seen Idiocracy?
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to stop that shit because they act like Facebook definitely. And
I know. They'd be annoying as shit.
At the dawn of the 21st century, the Army began a top-secret experiment.
Meet Joe Bowers, our first subject for the human hibernation experiment. As you know, this is highly classified. However, if successful, we believe humans can be stored indefinitely.
However, the trial run was prone to human error.
See you in a year.
And Joe slept slightly longer than expected. Half a millennium, to be exact. From Judge, creator of Office Space and Beavis and Butthead.
Oh my God!
If you were the smartest person in the world...
This goes in your mouth. This one goes in your butt. Hang on a second. This one goes in your mouth.
And we're stuck with the dumbest people in history.
If you have one bucket that holds 2 gallons and another bucket that holds 5 gallons, how many buckets do you have?
2?
What would you do?
I'm actually supposed to be getting out of prison.
You're in the wrong line.
Well, basically, the whole world is so dumb.
Says who?
Like Q-test you took in prison. You got the highest score in history.
Even smarter than President Camacho.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of America! In the year 2505,
We got this guy. He's gonna fix everything. So you smart, huh?
the ordinary will be considered extraordinary.
I thought your head would be bigger.
Idiocracy.
For the smartest guy in the world, you're pretty dumb sometimes.
So yeah, so essentially what happens is instead of the world like getting better and getting smarter, it goes downhill and fucking yeah, he ends up sleeping for a couple 100 years and gets he's like the smartest cat on the planet. It's like Mountain Dew is like it's a Brando or some shit, but it's like yeah, it's fucking hilarious. But that's the way the world's moving, man. And it kind of seems like it's just getting crazier and crazier, the type of shit we're seeing out here. Wonky, I guess is a good word for it. See what we got. We got 29, 25 on X, 1 on Facebook, 2 on YouTube, 1 on Twitch. Shout out to anybody on Rumble and Kick as well, or Instagram. Thanks for tuning in with us tonight. And shout out to Justin, man, for bringing in the Las Vegas shit. That was a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, let's see. I think that's really all I got for. I do have this the CIA files sound healing. Did you see that shit on X? So let me see if I can get into our X real quick. I did bookmark it. The CIA had released some more released CIA documents, but it was basically about adjusting your frequency and being able to heal yourself. See if I can find the bookmarks here. There we go. Yeah, here it is. Just present it. Oh, okay, we're still sharing. Here we go. We'll share this tab instead. All right, let me see if I can zoom in on that a bit. Oh shit, we lost it. Where'd it go? Oh, let me get in on the pic. All right, so this is a document detailing like the CIA studying. It's weird because it just keeps zooming out. I'll just read it real quick, but it's called color breathing. So the next technique is called color breathing and is designed to use the expanded awareness and highly focused attentiveness associated with the Focus 12 state to imagine various colors in a particularly intense and vivid manner so as to use them to resonate with and in turn activate the body's own energies. Fundamentally, in terms of practical application, it is a healing technique which is designed to restore the body and to enhance its physical capabilities by balancing, revitalizing, and retuning bodily energy flows. It is predicated on the principle that the body's electromagnetic field is capable of altering its resonance pattern so as to entrain energy from the Earth's electrostatic field for its own use. So real quick, essentially it's telling you to imagine various colors in a particularly intense and vivid manner. So if you're imagining these intense colors in a vivid manner, you can alternate or you can adjust your electrostatic field or electromagnetic field and heal yourself. So let's see here. So it says the various colors envisaged in the imagination as part of the technique cue the mind as to which frequencies and what specific amplitudes are desired in connection with this entrainment, and the subsequent alteration in bodily energy flow patterns. That color has the capacity to affect the human mind is well known. And the effectuality of color in certain kinds of healing is a demonstrable fact. For example, application of an intense blue light to an area of physical tumescence leads to relatively rapid and easily observable reduction in the swelling, while red and to a lesser extent yellow have quite the opposite effect. However, in the hemisync application of the technique, external light sources are not involved, but rather the mind is in the sole agent of the healing and revitalization. So essentially, it's saying that certain colors will heal you, and certain colors will definitely not heal you. But you could do this shit with your brain. This is more evidence that you have some sort of physical powers to alternate your electromagnetic field. Again, vibrating higher or lower, or that's that crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing I wanted to ask you, dude, is did you see, and I know it's kind of off topic from this CIA document, but did you see the shit with Lou Elizondo admitting that they used witchcraft on prisoners at Guantanamo Bay?
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
How crazy is that shit? They used witchcraft on, or so they said they remote viewed.
Yeah. I guess it's one and the same though.
But there was like prisoners that fucking said that they like were made to believe that they were like being penetrated by animals and shit.
Yeah, and saw angels with swords getting ready to cut their heads off and shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah. No, man, our mind's been locked, man. We've been poisoned. We've been taught fucked up shit, man. I think our minds is so much more powerful than what we're experiencing now, and the government knows that.
Trying to dumb us down, bro. It's been a project. It's been a project over time, man. Dumb down the people.
Dumb them down. But vibrations, frequencies from what you're hearing on the radio, you know what I mean? What you're getting through TV, 5G even. So it's just a constant bombardment, man, of signals.
It really is.
It's crazy, man. What do you guys think out there? Can you open your mind? Have any of you done any color breathing? Any remote viewing? Anything?
Astral projection. What's it? Lucid dreaming.
Yeah.
I've been very vocal about like having done DMT, and DMT is like one of those substances where it's like you are not in this reality. I don't want to say it's astral projecting, but it's definitely taking you to a place or a certain plane of existence where your physical being means absolutely nothing. So it's listen, man, I would love to try the lucid dream and shit. We got to do the CT5 shit, or what is it? The CE5 shit. We got to try some shit, man. We got to get out there and do some shit.
Yeah. It's summertime, man. It's getting nice out.
Good energies, though. So to wrap this one up, do you think Hitler died in Argentina? Or do you think we're going to find out one way or the other?
He definitely died in Argentina. Without a question.
Yeah, I think he got away
Without
too.
a question. Yeah, he got away. That's the ultimate. That's the ultimate hustle, bro.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of companies working with him too.
I know, so many companies. I know, it's funny. Somebody was saying today, like, cats bugging out about Tesla doing the Nazi shits on Teslas. Like, but you rocking that Volkswagen though. Like, Ford made shit. Yeah, we'll have to go through a list of the companies, bro. That'd be good
bro,
follow-up.
Bayer, Volkswagen, fucking. What's the other big German company out there? Is it Mercedes?
Mercedes, yeah.
There was listen. Anybody you can
like Coca-Cola too or some shit.
Coca-Cola probably.
Yeah.
What was it? Bayer, aspirin. I think it was Bayer that actually. It was either Bayer or their predecessor, and it's been a while. And like you said, we'll go over it in the full episode. But I'm pretty sure they did like helped make allegedly the Zyklon B or whatever it was, the gas.
Yeah.
So go figure, But we'll get into a whole episode where we'll break that shit down. That whole part of history is super interesting, obviously. And then, all right, do you think RFK is being blackmailed?
Yeah, most definitely. Especially, bro, you go down that, you're shooting heroin and shit, addicted to heroin, bro. You did some shit. RFK.
Shut the fuck up. I didn't hear about that. What do you mean a heroin?
Yeah, he was hooked on heroin for like 15 years.
When?
Let's see.
Listen, I didn't know that, bro.
Maybe like. Yeah.
That's insane. I know he had the brain worm. I didn't know he was on the.
From a teenager to early adulthood.
It makes sense with the Kennedy shit, I guess. Your entire family was murdered, assassinated.
I guess he talked about it in the confirmation hearing.
Oh, no shit. Look, nobody's saying you can't be a drug addict and turn around. I'm not saying it's not. I just didn't know. I had no idea that homeboy even had that issue at one point.
Yeah, so he heard it out, but still,
he's probably got some other shit that's coming out though. Some probably inappropriate things. Them Kennedys. Them fucking Kennedys. They like to party.
Imagine growing up a Kennedy though. Yeah,
you're on top of the world, bro.
Yeah, you're chilling.
And you're like as close as he is. Like his dad was JFK's brother. Like
rock star,
bro. You're like the main Kennedys. You're not like the second, third, fourth cousins. Like you're a part of the tree. You knew Jackie. You knew that was Aunt Jackie. Like But that's like why it makes me skeptical about him as well, though, because with like you're huge on the anti-Semitism thing, but you're not even. I don't even know if he's mentioned a peep really about the JFK files. And what kind of humiliation is that if like Israel was involved and then now you're like kissing ass like. That's crazy. Killed my dad. Killed my uncle.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe I'll walk the line. So, but yeah. So, like, I mean, we'll see what happens going forward. We're obviously going to keep an eye on all of that stuff, and as it's breaking, we'll try to keep up on the social medias and until we stream again. Do you got anything else, Irv?
Johnson, thanks for tapping in with us. As always, enjoy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, find us on other social media platforms. Appreciate y'all.
Peace.